Hello, welcome to Game On, the gaming show that's throwing a surprise birthday party.
Really?
Yeah, we got cake, we got jelly, we got ice cream.
Oh, you remember, that's so nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't forget 25 years, would I?
I'm not 25.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Rare. Happy birthday, Rare. When's your birthday?
Coming up this week. We look at who's too rock and roll to go to E3.
From Donkey Kong's banana to Banjo's nuts and bolts, we chart the rise of Rare.
And go spelunking in the Batcave.
The video game.
Now, we're just 2 short weeks away from the biggest event in the gaming calendar, E3.
Unfortunately, we're also 5,500 miles away.
Yeah, we're not going.
Happily, though, we're not the only ones. Rockstar will also be missing out on the event.
Yeah, I imagine they'll be slightly more missed than us.
Probably.
Yep, they're riding high at the moment with the critical success of Red Dead Redemption, but nonetheless, Rockstar are going to be the odd ones out at this year's E3. Apparently, time constraints are preventing them from making the LA Expo, which kicks off on the 15th.
Mexico loves you, Martin.
It'll come as a big disappointment to many who were hoping to get more info on Max Payne 3. It's been nearly a year since the first screenshot surfaced of the crime thriller sequel, and yet we're still left wondering why Max looks like a bearded Homer Simpson.
Yep, immediately after Rockstar announced Max Payne 3, fans were desperate for more information. Instead of satisfying that demand, Rockstar started feeding them the most baffling series of images since the pelicans in London developed a taste for pigeons. We're tired of waiting, so where's our Max Payne news?
No idea. Let's see that pelican thing again.
Yeah, what's that?
Huh.
We were also banking on Rockstar to give us more details on LA Noire, the stylish 1940s misspelt thriller currently in development by Bondi Studios.
Sure the homicide squad won't step in and take the collar?
The game is set in a faithfully reconstructed Los Angeles, tasking you with solving a number of open murder cases.
That's him. Get him.
Backed up, obviously, by a smooth jazz soundtrack, LA Noire oozes authentic atmosphere, surrounding you with the harsh realities of post-war America.
Still, while Rockstar are keeping us in the dark over LA Noire for now, they have said they'll be showing stuff in-house very soon.
Not an entirely surprising move, as Rockstar are ones for exclusivity, but surely they can't be snubbing the world's biggest gaming event just to maintain their air of mystery.
Can they? No idea what Rockstar are up to. Maybe they're just too cool to hang out with the other kids, but we'll be bringing you the latest as soon as we know. "25 years ago, the world was a very different place. The Berlin Wall was still standing. Margaret Thatcher was still in power. And people in the street would have stared back blankly if you challenged them to a golden gun 4-player deathmatch in Facility with the paintball cheat turned on. Yeah, that too. OK, so maybe the world was on the brink of bigger things, but the gaming world was also just at the start of a whirlwind journey. In 1985, a time when the words next gen were reserved solely for businessmen with secretaries called Jennifer, a company was being founded on these very shores. A company that would provide us with some of the most genre-changing titles the gaming world has ever seen. Rare, or Rareware as it was originally known, was founded by 2 brothers, Tim and Chris Stamper, who originally made games for the Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum. Then when 1994 rolled around, they signed a deal with Nintendo and things got really interesting. Donkey Kong Country is the first Rare title most gamers will remember, which rocketed Japan's favourite homegrown ape into the annals of side-scrolling legend. Even from the get-go, Rare were making their mark on the gaming world, bringing in groundbreaking silicon technology for some cracking visuals. I can think of a few more people who've made their money with silicon technology and cracking visuals, eh, Johnny? Know what I mean? What was that noise? Was your dad a dustman? He was a dustman. Oh, really? Oh. Refuse collector. Carry on. Yeah. Have a banana. 3 years later, Rare had squeezed out 2 more Donkey Kong Country titles, as well as the odd arcade game for good measure. Come 1997 though, the N64 was the new sheriff in town and Rare were determined to get their deputy badge. True to form, they shot their way to the top, quite literally.
GoldenEye 007, released in 1997, was a real benchmark moment for first-person shooters, redefining the genre and in many ways paving the way for the FPS multiplayer experience.
Teaching a growing generation what it was to game, GoldenEye blended stacks of suave, authentic atmosphere with some truly watertight gameplay, proving how deep a game could go.
Watertight gameplay? How deep could it go? What was your dad, a submariner?
Yeah.
Was he? That's a bit cooler than a dustman.
Oh, I didn't want to say anything. Pushing the boundaries of the N64 further than any other title, GoldenEye 007 is still the single greatest movie-to-console adaptation ever made, and 13 years on, it's still the biggest feather in Rare's cap.
Though they'd already changed the gaming world as we knew it, Rare refused to let sleeping developers lie. Just 1 year on from GoldenEye 007, they took us into the woods and gave us a big surprise.
That just sounds creepy. About 5 minutes after launch, Banjo-Kazooie proved itself to be the first real challenger to Mario's 3D platforming crown. It told the story of a bear named Banjo trying to rescue his sister from the clutches of the evil witch Gruntilda, all the while racking up some serious charges of animal cruelty for keeping a giant bird stuffed in his rucksack, only releasing it to fly him somewhere, run up difficult inclines or vomit eggs at enemies.
Banjo went on to have another critically acclaimed sequel, imaginatively called Banjo-Tooie in 2000, which was also the year we were introduced to Rare's very special lady friend, Miss Joanna Dark.
Perfect Dark was unleashed on the N64 at the turn of the millennium, squeezing you into Miss Dark's catsuit to take on the evil forces of Datadyne.
Wow, of Terminator?
No, that's Cyberdyne. Go check your facts.
I'll be back.
There's someone here!
Perfect Dark was released as the spiritual successor to GoldenEye, building on its legacy and expanding the multiplayer experience. Despite the game doing well, Joanna Dark and Rare soon kissed the N64 goodbye when the company was acquired by Microsoft in 2002.
Miss Dark barely had time to unpack her leathers before the launch of Perfect Dark Zero, one of the flagship titles for the newly launched Xbox 360.
Perfect Dark Zero didn't do as well as its predecessor, so Rare turned their attention to the ever-creepy Viva Pinata, warping the minds of children worldwide with its unique blend of cute animals and sinister voice acting.
Get set for Viva Pinata!
Almost immediately after, in 2007, possibly out of the fear of the monster they'd created, founding brothers Tim and Chris Stamper left the company, leaving Microsoft to handle their lasting legacy.
Their first move was to give Banjo-Kazooie a new lease of life with Nuts and Bolts, the ambitious new instalment centred around creating your own custom vehicles.
Since then, Rare have mostly concerned themselves with re-releasing old favourites like Perfect Dark and Donkey Kong Country on Xbox Live Arcade and the Wii's Virtual Console.
Now though, to celebrate their 25th anniversary, Rare have announced a stunning rebrand with an all-new logo.
I've not seen it yet. Is it any good?
It is sexy, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. It might be the sexiest thing I've ever seen. The sexiest kind of rebrand. The way they've...
Okay.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Drum roll, please. And...
That's...
Sexy.
No, it's the same.
But sexier. It is sexy.
Well, no, I mean, look, the original logo's in the corner there, and they've got a new font.
Bit sexier font.
Not exactly GoldenEye on Xbox Live, though, is it?
Well, no, they're still deadlocked with Nintendo on that one, about royalties, but that is sexy.
You know, all things told, the last few years have been pretty good to Batman.
Yeah, the franchise got a reboot, courtesy of Christopher Nolan.
Enjoyed one of the most successful sequels in film history.
And of course, the gritty Arkham Asylum scooped Best Game and Best Gameplay at this year's BAFTAs.
There's no release date set for Arkham Asylum 2, but damn it all, there's crime to fight, and Batman is never one to be left hanging around.
Hanging around. Good. Enter then Batman the Brave and the Bold, the video game, which is the most the-laden title the gaming world has ever seen.
Underwhelming though the title may be, this brand new trailer for the animated series adaptation is, well, it's also quite underwhelming, really.
Be the tough as nails, totally awesome Cape Crusader.
The Batman the Brave, and the Bold, the video game, was always going to have a hard time taking one of the most popular current franchises onto the next level. To be honest, this Wii and DS trailer hasn't left us holding our breath.
What's that? You want gadgets?
Not really.
No thanks.
You got them.
But we just...
Tons of them.
Still, the game is aimed at a far younger audience than Arkham Asylum and The Dark Knight, so we have to forgive it, but suffice to say we're not too geared up over this particular Caped Crusade.
Batman, the Brave and the Bold, the video game, coming September 2010.
That's it from us for this week. We're off to tweak our logo slightly and put out a press release.
I think a question mark at the end. Game on?
Genius, you get a piece of cardboard and a pen. I'll get the scissors and glue.
More gaming goulash next week.
Hello, welcome to Game On, the gaming show that's throwing a surprise birthday party.
Really?
Birthday party, yeah. Hello, welcome to Game On, the gaming show that's throwing a surprise birthday party.
Really?
Birthday party. I can't say it. Birthday party. Birthday party. Oh, I can think of a few more people who've made their money with... What? Hey, Johnny, I can think of a few more people who'd... I can think of a few who've made their mark with silicon technology and visuals.
You're quite a boy compared to me. That's...
Sexy, I know.
No, it's...
Sexy.
It's the same.
No,
I mean...
but more sexy.
Maybe cut me off less. That's...
Sexy.
No, it's the same.
But sexier.